Today, we're taking a trip to Gujarat, India, to a place just steeped in profound ancient mystery, a place called Girnar. And trust me, it's earned its name as the Mountain of Mysteries. So let me ask you a few things. What if I told you there's a mountain where ghosts are said to come out and worship in the dead of night? Or what about a place that has caves so strange that you could go in for just 10 minutes, but come out to find 4 hours have passed in the real world? And what if this exact same mountain was a major hotspot, with UFOs constantly being spotted in the skies above it? Well, this isn't science fiction. This is the real-life enigma of Girnar Mountain. It's an ancient volcanic peak where history, mythology, and the supernatural all just smash into each other. So let's start our climb and see if we can unravel some of its deepest secrets together. All right, our journey begins with the very first great challenge you face at Girnar, the baffling mystery of its 10,000 stairs. You heard that right, 10,000 steps. To reach the sacred peaks, that's what you have to climb. I mean, the sheer scale of it is just monumental, but the real mystery is how on earth they got there in the first place. You see, the mystery of the stairs really comes down to two completely conflicting stories. Ancient myths claim the gods themselves came down and built them in a single night. But here's the real kicker. Modern scientific tests from 2016, tests that can tell how long a stone has been hidden from sunlight, they suggested that all the stones were quarried and placed at the exact same time, a feat that seems, completely impossible with ancient tech. But these aren't just stairs. For many, they're a path to spiritual freedom, or moksha. Legend tells of a sage named Amritanand who swore he would climb all 10,000 steps. He was totally exhausted halfway up and almost gave up. But then a divine voice told him he had to let go of all his worldly desires. He did. And when he reached that final step, he achieved enlightenment, turning the path into a holy one for everyone who followed. And, really strange experiences keep happening even today. Pilgrims often say they feel an unseen presence, like a helping hand giving them a little push upward, or sometimes a force trying to hold them back. One of the most incredible stories came out in 2007 about a Paralympic athlete named Sudhir Kaushik. He reportedly regained feeling in his paralyzed legs after climbing the stairs 108 times. Okay, so leaving the stairs behind us, our climb now takes us deep into the dark heart of the mountain, where we get to explore its most puzzling feature, the caves that are said to literally defy time itself. Let's start with the Kali Gufa, which means the Black Cave. There was this bizarre incident reported back in 1997 with a British tourist. He swore he only went into the cave for about 10 minutes, but when he came out, 92 hours, that's almost 4 full days, had passed, and his hair had turned completely white. It's a textbook case of what people call a time slip. And that story really shows you why the locals are so afraid of the Kali Gufa. They truly believe it's a gateway to other worlds. It's also a known spot for some pretty powerful Agori spiritual rituals. And well, it's a place where, over the years, a lot of people have walked in and just never walked back out. Now let's switch to another cave, the Bhut Gufa, or the Ghost Cave. Back in 1947, a British captain named James led a secret expedition into this very cave. His diary had this absolutely chilling entry. "There is no treasure here, but that which creates treasure. We have awakened it." So what happened in there? Well, Captain James and his 11 soldiers were following a copy of an inscription from the ancient Emperor Ashoka, which supposedly pointed the way to a hidden treasure. The very next morning, 11 of those 12 soldiers were found completely insane. Only Captain James was left, and his diary was the only clue to whatever it was they found inside. As we climb even higher, we're leaving those dark caves behind and finally reaching the spiritual peak of our ascent, the Divine Summit. Right at the very top of Girnar is the shrine of Lord Dattatreya. Now, he's a divine being, an incarnation of the Hindu Trinity. That's Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, all in one. And it's said that he meditated right here for an incredible 12,000 years. The energy at this shrine is believed to be just immense. It holds his holy footprints, or padukas, which priests in 1999 said were emitting a strange, mysterious blue light. The core belief here is that Dattatreya was granted immortality, and he's still present on this mountain, watching over everyone who makes the journey. Now, you'll often hear that 33 Koti gods live on Girnar.
And this leads to a pretty common mix-up. A lot of people translate Koti to mean crore, or 10 million, which would mean 330 million gods. But the actual Sanskrit meaning of Koti in this context is types or categories. So it's really 33 types of divine beings.
So, who are they? Well, this table breaks it down perfectly. These 33 categories are made up of the 12 Adityas, who are basically personifications of the sun, the 11 Rudras, who are these fierce forms of Lord Shiva, the 8 Vasus, who represent the elements of nature, and the 2 Ashviniya Kumars, who are the divine doctors to the gods.
We've gone through ancient history and deep mythology, but the mysteries of Girnar don't stop there. Some people believe it's not just a mountain at all, but some kind of cosmic gateway.
And this is where things get really, really strange. On September 7, 1987, 2 Indian Air Force MiG-21s were scrambled to intercept an unknown object flying above Girnar. Radar clocked it moving at an unbelievable 15,000 kilometers per hour. Then, suddenly, radio contact with both jets was lost, and a huge green explosion lit up the radar screen. 48 hours later, the jets were found, completely out of fuel, but the pilots were gone. The Indian Air Force classified the files, just citing national security. And that 1987 incident, it's not a one-off thing. Get this, according to NASA's own data, the skies right above Girnar were host to 127 unidentified aerial phenomena just in the short span between 2015 and 2022. Which brings us right back to our biggest question. What is Girnar? Is it an ancient volcanic mountain just full of amazing folklore? Is it a divine home where gods still walk? Or could it be something else entirely? A genuine gateway to the cosmos? The mountain, as always, keeps its secrets, leaving the rest of us to just wonder.